Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I woke up with a curly eyebrow. Don't really know what the situation is on that. Just thought I'd update you guys in case any of you cared. Today's video is this genius idea that I had that has definitely been done before. I got ballsy the other day, or lazy actually should I say. I couldn't find my Plouise Base, so I was like, fuck it. Fuck it, I don't need this base. I don't need it. So I just used my concealer and I'm not gonna say anything else. So today I really want to put this guy to the test. Do one eye using the Plouise Base and the other eye just using a normal concealer. Does this tiny little thing hold my makeup superpowers? This for me was the product of 2018. I feel like the makeup community obviously is getting bigger. There's so many products coming out and I feel like this was a product that really revolutionized the beauty community. It doesn't come around very often, so I want to put it to the proper test and see what the situation is, okay? I think I'm going to use the base on this side. Don't know why I'm telling you that, does it matter? No. I'm going to be using my palette Keilidh x Xoxo Urban Bible, obviously. Someone commented on one of my last videos giving out about me using the palette. I'm so sorry that I produced a palette that I'm absolutely obsessed with and that is just so universal. Apologies. Guys, this is my baby, okay? I am going to be using it for the foreseeable future, to be honest, because that's what I created. I created my perfect palette. Hello! I'm not a review channel. I know I review some things sometimes, but my main thing is not a review channel per se. I don't even know what you call me, to be honest. I don't know where I fit in. I'd understand if I was like pushing this down your throats 24/7 and if all my videos have just been completely based off the palette, as in, you know, tutorials just to show off the palette. That's not what I've been doing on my channel. I've been doing fun videos. This may have made an appearance in them, but I don't feel like I'm shoving it down your throats. I appreciate what you're seeing, but I spent so long creating this thing. So long, and you're gonna tell me that after 2 months of it being released, that you want me to use something else? I have been using other palettes. I've been using the James Charles one as well, non-stop. I just like my one, okay? Let me live! With that being said, I'm gonna pop the Plouise Base on first. I'm gonna do one eye at a time, just, I don't know, I just wanna do it that way. What I usually do is I literally just take a tiny little, come on. There we go. I normally only take around that amount. So I use a fluffy brush to apply this. I know some people really like to use a flat concealer brush and like pack it on, but I actually don't use too much of this guy. I kind of more so focus it into the crease area and I don't really pass any marks on the lid just yet because we are going to be doing a half cut crease later on. I'm going to use the base to cut my crease as well and the concealer on the other side. Dun, dun, dun. We are putting it to the test today, ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen, no shortcuts. Hello. Okay, I'm going to zoom you up for this part. Okay, so that is still tacky. I've just pressed it in. We do not set our base. By not setting your base, it makes the eyeshadows come out super pigmented. If you think about it, if you were to set your base with a white or cream eyeshadow, any eyeshadow you put on top of that is going to mix with it. So if you put a red eyeshadow on top of a base that is set with a cream, it's going to turn your red eyeshadow pink. Now I'm saying, you feel me? I'm not really going to go through what I'm doing in too much detail. You guys would have seen me do a half cut crease or whatever a million times. So taking the shade Unruly on my SK02 brush, I'm just going to press that onto the outer edge first and then use whatever's left to blend it up into the crease. Then I'm going to take my SK03 brush and a tiny amount of Unruly mixed with Veil, you know, to create that pinky colour, and we're just going to blend the edges of this. Going back in with a previous brush and some more Unruly, just building that up. So along with the base, Plouise really brought in the whole, you know, not actually setting your eyelid. I really thought that was the thing that was making the most difference per se whenever I was doing my eyeshadow, was the technique as opposed to the actual base. But that's what we're putting to the test today, I guess. How's she looking? How's she looking? And yes, that is basically just one eyeshadow. Another good thing about not setting your base is that because it's sticky, it stops you from getting as much fallout. I don't get an awful lot of fallout anyways, to be honest. I don't use an awful lot of product. I use a minimum amount of product but try to get the most out of it, if that makes sense. I'm just taking some unruly on my SK03 brush and just using this to deepen that crease area. Okay, I'm gonna do whatever explaining for this eye anyway, and then the second eye I'm gonna do the exact same shit on. And we gon' see. I just realized that wasn't fucking recording. I want to shoot myself in the face. Basically, what I did was I took the Plouise Base and I used it to cut my crease using my little SK06 brush. Basically, what I did was stamp the product along the cut crease line. If you swoop the product along, it's gonna mix with whatever eyeshadows were underneath. By stamping it on, it's kind of placing the product there and making it super opaque. I mean, there is going to be a little bit of mixage going on, but you know, nothing too crazy. Then when we get to this edge, I'm just using whatever's left in the brush and bouncing it to fade the edges. Using my flat concealer type brush, I'm just going to use Veil to set that inner corner first. I know Plouise have come out with coloured bases that I am dying to get my hands on. If any of you guys have tried them, let me know down below. I just see them using them in the stories and they look sick. Switching it back to my tiny little brush just so I can get right up to the crease and make it super opaque. That brush just wasn't making it as sharp as I would like it. Taking the small little brush again, I'm then going to take some Faith, the bright yellow, and place that right beside the white. Bam! Cause I got heavy to feed, I got a heavy to feed. And there I go again. Then flipping that brush over and using Majesty, the bright orange. Flipping back over to Faith on the other side and just bouncing that right in between. Very lightly dragging it just to blend. Taking our unruly again and just bouncing that onto the other edge. And a little bit of inner corner highlight. Just onto the inner corner, obviously. Just taking my Piggy Bank liner from Colourpop. We're just gonna do a quick little liner with this, nothing too serious. Then taking my little SK06 brush again. This brush, guys, don't sleep on it. I'm just gonna take in Myth from my palette and I'm gonna place this over the liner to create a glitter liner. Hello? Excuse me. Are you guys seeing this? Like, hello. We have arrived. The party is here. I'm going to take a little bit of Mercy and pop that onto the inner corner then, just so it kind of helps blend the purple into the white. Woosha. What goes up must come down, and I just popped on a pair of my black heart lashes to finish this look. Zoom you out for a second so you can see what we're looking like in non-zoomed up land. Just your standard cut crease, you know yourself. Great base, great eyeshadows. Easy peasy to create, nothing weird or unusual going on. On to the next one. So for this, I decided to use... I can't fucking find it. Hello. Where the hell is it? Found it. I figured I'd use the most popular concealer that a lot of people use already, which is the Tarte Shape Tip. Let's go. Exact same thing, just a different base. Same brushes, same eyeshadows. Let's see. Is the Plouise Base a necessity? Popping that on and using the same brush that I used for the Plouise. I'm just gonna blend this out. So the difference between the Tarte Shape Tip and the Plouise Base straight off the bat is that the Tarte Shape Tip is more watery. The Plouise Base is a lot thicker and kind of tackier. I also find, I don't know if it's just me, but my eyes tend to water whenever I use Shape Tip. So let's hope that doesn't happen today because that would be inconvenient. So just gonna repeat the exact same steps like what I did on the other side and we'll just see how this goes. So I didn't set it on this side either. I'm using my same techniques on this side. I think I already know what's gonna happen, but I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut in case I'm wrong. and it's embarrassing then. See how the eyeshadows are kind of sticking to different areas and kind of sitting in that crease? It's fine, saying nothing, we'll just keep going. We should be able to fix that. I feel like I'm spending more time on this side trying to get it to look the way that I want. I'm gonna put a little side by side right here of what each side looks like at this stage of the game. I definitely think in like the crease area especially, it's not looking how I want it to. And like I said, I do feel like I'm spending more time trying to get this to look right as opposed to the Plouise side. This is going to be the most interesting part, I think. So I'm going to take Shape Tape and cut my crease. Again, same techniques as the other side. I'm going in for more. So this is what we're looking like here. This is a lot more watery, like I said already, and I feel like maybe it mixed a little bit more with my eyeshadows. It just looks a little bit messier. It's not as opaque as the Plouise Base, definitely not. I'm gonna set the lid the same way we did the other eye. So I just went off and finished the rest of the eye because there's nothing else really base required in that, but I just want to show you guys this here. So this is my eye look, finished, base, no base. Okay, so the main difference in what I can see is, see how this is already starting to crinkle? I've got hooded eyes, people don't like to believe me, but I do. See how there's no crinkles or lines on my lid here? Yeah, and this, we're looking rough. And also the eyeshadows came out a lot more pigmented on the lid on this eye as opposed to this eye. Because the Tarte Shape Tape is a little bit more liquidy, it's not as thick in consistency as the Plouise Base. That is why this happened. It's a little bit more oilier. So from the get-go, it just wasn't covering over the pink eyeshadow the way the Plouise Base was. You can see we've got grey areas here where the pink eyeshadow is peeking through. The eyeshadows on top just aren't as opaque, aren't as blended as nicely. Here is just looking weird, to be honest. Just didn't do as good of a job as what we got going on over here. Honestly, it's just got to do with the consistency, the texture, the thickness of the Plouise Base. I already know that this eye is going to crease throughout the day because I did not set it, but if I didn't set it, the eyeshadows wouldn't have become as opaque. This eye, there's no need to set, and I know it's not going to crease on me either. There's not a huge, like, shocking difference that you'll be able to see if you're standing away from me, but up close you can definitely see the difference. And throughout the day as well, I know I'm going to see a difference between how these wear. Like, this eye already looks old and crusty compared to this one. What's the situation? I am happy though that I was able to whip out this eye without the Plouise Base. It doesn't hold my superpowers, it just enhances them a lot. So I think it's evident to see that this shit is bomb. Thank God the Plouise Base has come into our lives. Hello, Instagram makeup would not be Instagram makeup without it. That's all I'm gonna say. I actually have a discount code you can use at the Plouise website if you want. I'll leave that here somewhere. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget, give this a big thumbs up. Don't be rude. And don't forget to subscribe also. Bye bye.